Member for Canning.
Speaker, I rise not to parrot newspaper headlines. Instead, I have a question for the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia. Minister, as you know, South 32,
the member for Canning will
Worsley
resume his seat. Members on my left will cease interjecting. The member for Canning will ask his question again without a preamble, and he'll be heard in silence. The member for Canning.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia. Minister, as you know, South 32, who operate the Worsley bauxite mine in my electorate of Canning, have recently announced a global restructure in view of challenging global market conditions. Will the Minister update the House on what support is available for workers and how Australia is well positioned to take advantage of future opportunities in the resources and energy sector?
I call the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Canning for his question and acknowledge that he comes to this place with an extensive and distinguished career serving our country, and he has won the respect of his constituents for the way he has advocated on issues like resources and on their behalf after the terrible fires in January in Waroona in his electorate. As the member mentioned, South 32, Australia's fourth largest listed mining company that came out of the demerger with BHP, has announced as part of a global restructure that nearly 400 jobs will sadly be lost from its Worsley alumina project, and that includes a number of members of his own electorate. And this is part of a global restructure which has seen jobs lost in Wollongong in the Northern Territory and further afield in Colombia and South Africa. And it's a tough time for the sector globally, and we as a government will be working through with those people who lost their jobs through the Job Active program, which will be providing assistance to the affected employees, including for them to get the adequate training, the case management support, the interview assistance and the job referrals. And we're advised that the company will be providing full redundancy entitlements and access to career support and other assistance programs to those workers affected, because our mutual objective, us and the company involved, is to get these workers back into the workforce, either in the resources sector or in a related industry. But despite these developments, we remain positive about the resources sector in Canning as well as in Australia more broadly. Canning is home to the world's largest bauxite mine at Huntly. It's also home to Australia's largest gold mine in Boddington. And Australia is advancing its resources and energy sector through innovation, through automation, through big data analytics and a range of other factors. So when the Leader of the Opposition believes that the plan for Australia is if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there, we on the other side have a plan to advance the resources sector through innovation, through collaboration between our research institutions. The net result is going to be more jobs for the people of Canning and more jobs for the people of Australia.